Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Into the Inferno Season 1, Episode 2. We are back with some news from the division. We've got 3 new clubs joining us in the South Central, and we've got a schedule, so stay tuned to listen about what we have coming up for the 2025 season. Hey everybody, welcome back to Into the Inferno. I am Sky. I am joined by Juan and Patrick.
What up?
Dothan's favorite luchador.
So we are bringing Lucha back this upcoming season, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We sure are. Lucha's got to be there.
You got to.
Yeah, you got to.
Life of the party.
If I leave on an ambulance due to heat stroke, somebody pick up my mask and pick up where I left off. Don't leave the crowd hanging.
We'll do more than that. We'll get the tab, baby.
Yeah. We'll start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But anyways, we are back today. We have had a lot happen since our last episode. Just starting off with some news around the South Central Division, there is some news that I would be very happy to let everyone know. Sebastian Tregarthen out of Asheville City is gone.
Wow.
Yay. I mean, boo.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Well, it's double exciting because it's just like, well, he's gone and he was like their best player, and it's good for the league that he moved up into the championship league. So
that's what this league's for. It's a development league.
It's double greatness.
And if anybody that I saw last year deserved to move up and skipping League One completely and going straight to championship, it would have been Sebastian Tregarthen.
For sure.
And you know what the funny part is? They've already got a replacement for him. And it's kind of funny the way that it ties together, because if you don't know, Sebastian Tregarthen, he's a striker that was with Asheville City SC. He lit us up last year.
He did.
I'm going to be honest.
He lit everybody up.
Yeah, he lit everybody up.
He did.
He was on USL2 Team of the Year. He was the South Central Division Player of the Year. He had 14 games played, 12 games started, 9 goals. So he was great.
And he was one of those players that just made a difference, like on the field, no matter where he was. Yep. But I do have to give a shout out to our boys holding them 0-0 the first match at home. That was huge.
Looking back, that was even more impressive.
Yeah.
But he went to Birmingham Legion FC in the USL Championship. And what I find funny about that is Asheville has already signed another striker.
Of course.
And guess where he's from? UAB.
Yep. Look, they don't make it to the playoffs multiple times the way they have been by just sitting around and twiddling their thumbs. So
yeah, they're when you think of our division as up to this point, you think of Asheville for a reason.
You do.
I mean, that's about to change big time, but up until now, you've thought of Asheville.
And that's one thing that we'll get into later in the episode is we're only facing Asheville once this season, which is a travesty because, I love playing them.
I'm just kidding. I want to beat the best.
Yeah, I want to beat the best.
Yeah, but I love playing them. I just hate that they're so far away.
Yeah.
But it makes it easier on us for travel.
Yeah, I'd love to go hang out with the South Slope Blues.
Yeah, they're great. But we do have other supporters groups that we're going to be joining this season. And we're going to have some coming up to visit us. But before we get into that, we probably need to go down the list and talk about the new additions to the South Central Division.
Let's go.
In case you haven't been keeping track of all the things been going on in the offseason, we have had 3 new teams join us in the South Central Division. So starting off in the South Central, we have, of course, us, Dothan United. We have Southern Soccer Academy, Birmingham Legion FC 2, Athens FC, East Atlanta FC, Tennessee SC, going down the list, Asheville City, and I believe that is it. No, did I say Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are the teams we have had in the division up until now. And we have gotten 3 new additions, which makes us one of the larger divisions in all of USL 2. And the first one that was announced, Patrick, do you want to take this one away?
I'll pass on this one. I'll pass on this one. I'm being nice tonight.
We already have a little rivalry brewing. It's Montgomery United FC out of Montgomery, Alabama.
Burn the Capitol. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's Crush the Capitol.
Yeah, Crush the Capitol. Sorry. I went What's that book? Burn the Capitol, where they burn?
Hunger Games.
Yes, I went Hunger Games with that one.
Yeah. But they were announced first. We knew going into the offseason, we had gotten some intel that we were getting new teams joining in. We were told that 2 of them were going to be fairly close. They were going to be road trips. And, of course, we're going to get excited about that because we didn't get to travel a lot last season. The closest team we had, I believe, was Birmingham Legion FC2. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of a tough game to make it to. We had some people come down from Birmingham, which was super great until it started downpouring. And then it was a little rough. But
kudos, some of them stuck it out though.
They did stick it out.
They did.
What was what happened with that match? That was a 1-1 draw.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good match in the rain. But
we needed the win, but
we did
badly.
Because they beat us 1-0 the first match. I'm pretty sure they did.
They did.
Yeah, so we owe them one.
Yeah, we do owe them one. But Montgomery United, they're based out of Montgomery, Alabama, of course. They're formerly Alabama FC South out of the Gulf Coast Premier League. You're going to hear us mention the Gulf Coast Premier League a good amount tonight. They play at the Emery Fulmar YMCA Stadium.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Fun to stay at.
We're going to do a chant with that. We got to.
Yeah, we've already been doing that. But we've been keeping tabs on them. Their head coach is Tate Dean. He was an assistant head coach at University of Alabama at Huntsville, and he was formerly at Faulkner and AUM, so he's a local guy. He's a Bama guy. And kind of keeping with that same vein, they've been signing a lot of former players. Of course, they're bringing back a lot of guys and been signing a lot of local guys. I've been seeing a lot of players from like AUM. And so they're definitely a team to keep an eye on. They were really good last year in the GCPL, but it's a different league in the USL too. They have a lot stiffer competition. And so they're definitely a team that we want to keep our eyes on. And of course, they're right up the road. They're right up 231. Mm-hmm. And so, we kind of want to get a rivalry brewing with them. It already kind of is.
For sure.
I have anything to do with it.
Yeah, if Patrick has anything to do with it, we're going to get kicked out of the stadium.
It's all right. We're going to go up there and we're going to give little bro an L.
Yeah.
That's it. 2 in a row.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
With our home and home series, which we'll touch on later.
Yeah, the schedule is a thing of beauty. I have it laying here in front of me, and we have big circles around Montgomery United. But anyways, moving on, the next team announced was, I'm pretty sure I'm not saying this right, but Apotheos. Apotheos. Somebody Google it.
At some point,
I don't know.
Correct us on this and we'll know. But
I didn't do my homework. All I saw when I saw the team was a big old, they're going to get an L.
That's what you see with every team.
It really is. It really is.
But they're formerly of the NPSL. We are seeing a lot of teams leave the NPSL. They're based out of Kennesaw, Georgia. And the fun fact of the day about them is they are owned by a coffee roastery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
It's really weird. I had to do some deep diving into their history, but apparently a coffee roastery that has worked with Atlanta United, they started a soccer team.
They're actually official coffee provider of Atlanta United.
They are.
Yeah.
And right beside that bag on their website, they have the Apotheos bag.
Nice.
Local coffee companies say, we're looking at you. We need a Dothan United Dragon blend.
Yeah, there's one coffee company in particular that I'd love to get
well, when we play them, they're gonna get roasted.
Another cool fact about them: they play at Atlanta Silverbacks Park, which is the first soccer-specific stadium in Atlanta. Kudos. And so that's really cool.
Kudos.
I've looked at pictures of the stadium. They have completely different colored seats and everything. It's like red, white, and blue. It looks really, really cool.
That's awesome.
I think it'd be really cool to make a trip there. They're nicknamed the Locomotives, which is, let's be honest, that's a banger mascot. That's awesome.
A lot you can do with that.
And then their head coach is Jonathan Mercado. And last year, they made it to the second round of the U.S. Open Cup, which is really impressive for a lower league team. And then in 2023, they made the NPSL Championship, where they fell just short. And so they're a really good team coming over, and they're definitely another one to keep your eye on. And we'll get to them a little bit later. Luckily, we only play them once, so we were very lucky with that. And lastly...
Wait, there's more.
What? No way.
Lastly, we have probably the team we are the most excited about.
Yep.
Joining us from just 2 hours up the road, right over the Georgia line, Columbus
Way down
United.
yonder on the Chattahoochee.
Yeah, right over the river, we have Columbus United FC joining us. Again, out of the NPSL.
Racking them up.
Yeah, they were out of the NPSL. They're owned by soccer mogul Michael Hitchcock. In case you didn't know, he has like 14 soccer teams. He has a lot of them. And I want to say that this is his fourth one coming over to USL League 2. So they're definitely making a big shift of coming over to USL. And I think that's good for the league. They have some really good teams. They have some really good looking teams. He's really good at branding, I've noticed. But their head coach is Brett Teach. They're really excited about him coming back.
He's a really good coach.
Yeah, they're really excited. And so that makes me a little bit nervous, not going to lie, but I think we can handle them.
I mean, he's not going to be the best coach in our division because that's Carl.
Yeah,
that's Carl.
Sure.
But
yeah,
I mean,
not even close.
He'll be one of the top ones, just not the top one.
Yeah, he's not even top 5. Like, we've got Carl, we've got Edu, we've got Tony, we've got Kevin. There's 4 right there. But 2024 was their inaugural season. They've been around for a little while. They've had a soccer organization, but they started their men's team in 2024. And in their first year, they won their conference, their region, and made the Final Four of NPSL. Now, that's impressive.
Yep, big time.
So we've got 2 really, really good NPSL teams coming over, specifically to our division. Not even just League 2, like to our division. And I think that's going to be is scary but exciting at the same time. You know, because they're really good teams. They have to make the transition over. But I also believe in our club.
For sure.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I actually spent a lot of time watching Columbus United FC last year. And they really were a super good team. You know, they will have turnover, restructure, and come into the new league to get in fact with that. So we'll see, you know, how they can follow up that initial success. Can they repeat that coming into a new league again? I mean, it's possible with Brett Teach there, but they're going to run up against some hefty competition when they get here.
Yeah. And not only that, they have a really good organization too. You know, obviously we're the Circle City Inferno. We're their supporters group for Dothan United. They have their own supporters group, the Cavalry. And they've been supporting them, and they've been doing a really good job. We've been talking with them, and they're planning on making the trip down to Dothan, last we heard. And they know we're making the trip up to Columbus.
Yep.
And we'll get into that when we get into the schedule about all the places where the Circle City Inferno will be traveling. But we've got a good few road trips ahead of us. But real quick, before we get into that, I just want to talk a little bit, for those unfamiliar with the way that the different soccer leagues work. You have different tiers and all that. USL League 2 is at the amateur tier. It's the same as NPSL, the Gulf Coast Premier League, those type leagues. And so we're having a lot of teams come over from those leagues and kind of make a horizontal yet slightly vertical move to USL, because it's really subjective, but I feel like USL is a lot better organized than some of the other leagues. But they're making those moves over. And we're seeing some kind of other movements with like the NISA losing their sanction and stuff like that. The League for Clubs becoming a thing. But yeah, those are that's kind of how it works. We're not going to get too deep into it because we would be here for an hour.
Yep, and be on the lookout for a video series coming soon, Soccer 101, where I will be going a little bit more in depth on the United States soccer pyramid there.
But we've also been looking. We've kind of been making a wish list of some of the teams that we would like to see come over to USL League 2. Do you guys have any in particular that you would like to see come over?
Yes, I do.
Who?
Yes, I do. Tallahassee Soccer Club.
Yeah.
I would love to see them because that's such a super easy road trip for us. Super, super easy. Watched them a ton last year, just like I watched Columbus last year. You know, they're a fun club to watch. The Battle Lions is their mascot there. They're pretty good. I'd love to see them here, and I'd love to see AFC Mobile eventually join. I know we'll touch on them again here in just a little bit too, but they're a club I've kind of followed for quite a few years now, and it'd just be nice to have another in-state team.
Yeah. What about you, Juan?
I don't care. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't. So
it don't matter who we play; they take that L, right?
Yeah.
Bam. There you go, Patrick. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice for sure. I echo what Patrick said in terms of maybe get some Florida teams. I think obviously for that to happen, there would probably be a restructuring. And who's to say, like I said, how long we're even in USL 2? I don't know, or what the team's doing. Who knows? I don't know. So I'm one of those guys that kind of vary in the moment, and so I don't care about who we play. I just know I'm rooting for our team, and we're gonna get the W.
And honestly, that is a really good way to look at it. Like, doesn't matter, we gonna beat them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not scared of nobody. I don't care who they got on the field, what they did last year.
Oh, so we want to schedule Inter Miami?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, that'd sell out the stadium.
We already got Messi ads.
You know what that would do to the economy
everywhere.
here? That'd be great. Sure, bring them.
Yeah, but honestly, the only team that I kind of want to see come over is Pensacola, just because they're another close team. But again, that kind of goes back into, we don't know how long we're going to be in USL League 2. We could be here forever. We could move up to League 1. We don't know. There's a lot of movement going around right now with USL in particular. They just announced Division 1. And so we won't get into that, but there's a lot of movement going on, so we don't know what's going to happen.
It changes the game.
It does.
Completely, yeah.
And so we could be trying to move up as quickly as possible, but we could also just be happy where we're at with teams in close proximity to us. I don't know. All I know is we'll be there no matter what. But, yeah, and that leads us to the meat of the podcast, what you guys are all here for, and we know why you're here. We're here to talk about...
It's not to hear our velvety smooth voices.
No. We are here to talk about the 2025 Dothan United schedule.
Let's go.
Vamos.
We have... Let me do quick math right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have...
Wait. Before we get into it.
Okay.
We got to do this. Vamos, 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 DHN.
Vamos, 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 DHN.
Vamos, 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 DHN.
We're ready.
I stay ready.
So getting into this, we have, if I'm counting correctly, I could be wrong, 18 matches, right? And we are starting off. Are you ready? Drum roll. Saturday, May 3rd against AFC Mobile. It is our first preseason match, and we are going to be starting off at home against a really good Mobile team. So a little bit of background on Mobile. Of course, they're from Mobile, Alabama. They are a supporters-run team, which is very interesting whenever you get into the nitty-gritty about it. They debuted in 2017, and they were the first in the Gulf Coast Premier League, there it is again, to break 1,000 attendees. And then they drew 1,400 in their next 2 matches. Again, really impressive numbers for Gulf Coast Premier League. Not to be a hater, but, we had 7,000 in our first season. So.
What?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
We averaged 5K.
Yeah.
We did average 5K.
Casual little flex.
Yeah. But that's really impressive to get that kind of numbers, especially with how much there is going on in Mobile. They went on hiatus from the NPSL for a little bit, and they returned in 2024 to the Gulf Coast Premier League. And then they went to the League for Clubs in 2025, and they have yet to play a season in the League for Clubs. However, last season, they finished last in the Gulf Coast Premier League, going 1-9-0.
I think we can end it there. W.
They are led by Sam Rim. He's the head coach. And I want to say the coolest thing about them is they have Fusakli's as their front of kit sponsor.
That is cool. I do like that.
Yeah, I really like that.
I have been there. I do eat chicken from there.
I'm not going to lie. I may pick up a jersey from there because they're like $20 too.
I don't know about that. But.
Like the jerseys are $20, scarves are $15. Like, that's not that bad.
I've never had Fusakli's.
You've never had Fusakli's?
No.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Ain't no Raising Cane, but it's good.
Well, not even that. It ain't Guthrie's. I'll fool with some Guthrie's.
I do like Guthrie's. Shout out to local Guthrie's.
Yeah, Guthrie's is really good. But yeah, we're starting off against AFC Mobile. This is going to be our first look at our 2025 Dothan United team. And we're counting down the days. It is 11 weeks from today. Not like today, but this week is 11 weeks from now.
Wow.
And so we've got a lot we got to get done, but we're going to be there and we're going to be ready.
Amen.
We got things that we're getting ready for the upcoming season. To talk a little bit about the Inferno, we're going to be at every match. We're going to be having tailgates for the members. So grab your membership today if you haven't already. Group.chant.fan/Circle City Inferno. And we're going to be in the stands yelling and screaming and beating on drums and waving flags. And we're going to have some weird guy in a luchador mask out there. So come get pictures with him.
Who that guy? Who that? Also, yes, go ahead, join now. You can also join us at our meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And you can join us at our tailgates. We're probably also going to have some flyers around the stadium with a QR code. You can just simply scan that, be able to join the Inferno right then and there on the spot.
Yes, we will have those flyers all around the stadium. Just look at the closest metal beam, and you'll probably find it. It'll have a picture of Fred on it or a picture of one of our flags. Just scan the QR code, and you can find out more about us. You can see our chants, so you can join us in the stadium. Yeah, so join today. And depending on when you're listening to this, next Tuesday, which is the 25th of February, we're going to be having our first meeting of the year at Mural City Coffee Company. Shout out to them. They've been huge supporters of the Inferno. We're going to be having our first meeting of the season there, and we're going to be talking about everything we got to do to prepare. We're going to be talking about, what the Inferno is, what we stand for, and, ways that you can get involved in supporting Dothan United. So come to the meeting if you hear this in time. If not, oh well, hear out for our next meeting or go to our website. But anyways, back to the schedule. After we have the preseason match against Mobile, which I feel like we're going to win, we're going to have a good team.
You feel like we're going to win? I'm looking at the schedule. I just see W.
Thank you. Yes.
Even beside the one that says TBA?
W.
Yes.
Bring on Inter Miami. W. Don't care.
But yeah, we go a week from that Saturday, and we are going into enemy territory. We're going to one of the most anticipated away matches of the season.
I can't wait.
May 10th, Montgomery United FC.
Let's go, baby.
We want more Dothan fans at this game than they have Montgomery fans.
It's going
at this
down
game.
at the Y.
I do not care if you don't go to another Dothan match all season. Show up to the
away match.
Well, away match, sure. Show up to the Montgomery game.
Yes.
At Montgomery.
Make it a day. Go, do something. Go get some Dreamland and show up to the game, like pull
Go
up.
check out the Riverwalk, Hank Williams Museum, do whatever you want to do, but be at the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're planning to walk into they trap, take over they trap.
We're bringing the drums too.
Yeah, we are.
We're bringing them.
But that's going to be Capital City Showdown. And we are circling that one on our calendar.
For sure.
We're going to have a short turnaround. After that Saturday match, we're going to be going up to Birmingham that next Wednesday. And we're going to be playing in Protective Stadium.
Big Daddy.
That's going to be the biggest stadium we'll play in.
Unless they change
all
it.
year. Yeah, unless they change it last minute, which they are known to do.
They are. We're taking over Alabama. That's what I'm hearing for the first week of the season.
The only one that we're missing is Huntsville. That's the only one we're missing. But yeah, we're going to go and whoop up on Birmingham on Legion 2 on Wednesday, May 14th. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see a lot of us traveling up there just because it's a Wednesday match.
Yeah, that was a big letdown on my end when I saw that was a Wednesday match, because that's one I had circled for sure, was to go up there and see us play in Protective Stadium, but on a Wednesday night, 3 hours away, that makes it a little tricky.
Yeah, and there's not really a whole lot you can do, like, whenever you're building the schedule out. You're just going to get some of those matches you can't help.
Yeah.
Well, and unless, obviously with them coming here, later in the schedule, we'll get to that. But I think for those away games with the teams like Birmingham, you're never going to get it on a weekend because they got too much to compete with in Birmingham. So the stadium, the stadiums that are available, that's what's going into, the schedule sometimes. So it's unfortunate, but we're going to root for the boys.
Well, I don't know if it's about the stadiums, considering they play at a high school stadium.
Well, yeah, even then, sometimes, you just never know. I'd hate to be the person that has to orchestrate all that, but...
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I would get a migraine just looking at it. But then we're coming back for the first regular season home match, and it's another banger.
We'll be 2-0 going into it.
We will be 2-0.
You gonna tell me Montgomery about to start this season 0-2 just because of us?
Yeah, I mean, hey, love them. It's good for the league, but they ain't getting W's from us.
No, we're coming home and we're gonna beat Montgomery at home May 17th, Saturday. Be there. Again, this is another big one. You need to be there. Montgomery, really glad that they joined the league. Really, really glad. Really glad that they joined our division.
Yes.
We're still going to beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, good for the league.
Good for the league.
It's not personal. It's business.
And it's a little bit personal.
It's a little bit personal. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
We really did need somebody that could have been a true rival for us.
Yeah.
We've got friendly rivalries with the Legion from last year. We're going to have a friendly rivalry with Columbus. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a rivalry with Montgomery.
And we still need a name for the rivalry. So
I think we've come pretty close on it. But
we have. If you've got any suggestions, just drop it in the comments below. Let us know. We're open to anything. We've brought up 231 Derby.
231 Derby, 231 South Derby. Because that just makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are open to ideas.
Yeah, so just let us know in the comments below. After Montgomery, we got to wait a week. That's going to be really hard to do.
It is.
The boys are going to need that little break.
They are going to need that rest. And especially going to Columbus. Yeah. I just gave it away, sorry.
We're going to Columbus, guys. On May 24th, another Saturday, another one you really want to go to. We're going to Columbus, and we're going to play them in their stadium. We've been talking a little bit with their supporters group. They're expecting us, and we've been talking about rivalry names. And the one that has come to mind is the Peanuts and Cola Derby, because they're the home of like RC Cola and Knee High. and you know we're the peanut capital of the world. And if you're from the South, you know that's just what you do.
You put peanuts in your coat.
That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been very welcoming of us. They're good people.
Yes.
You know, this is one where it's going to be business.
For sure.
Try not to be personal about it. But
I'm sorry for what I said during those 90 minutes.
apologizing in advance.
Yes.
But we're going to be traveling to Columbus. The Inferno is going to be in Columbus. We're going to be going and visiting them, and we'll welcome them back later in the season. We'll get to that. But, yeah, those are the two big travel games, is Montgomery and Columbus.
Yep.
Those are the big ones. They're only 2 hours away. Montgomery's not even that, because their stadium is on like the Dothan side of Taylor Road.
Yep, you don't even got to go all the way in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just go to the match, you know? Again, we talked in the first episode about how we used to travel like 3 hours to go watch a sports match. Now we only got to travel like hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yep.
And that's for an away match.
Yeah, that's these are two of the three new additions to the division this year, so let's make sure we introduce them very, very well and nicely to the division and show up with good support, show them what we're all about.
Give them a good bless your heart welcome.
Bless them. Bless them.
After that, quick turnaround on Tuesday, May 27th. Wait, it doesn't say who we're playing.
Yeah, it's
TBA. Who's TBA?
TBA. I don't know.
Yeah. We don't know who we're playing.
To be whipped. Just another little friendly in there, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna have another friendly.
Little rest for the boys.
Yeah.
I've heard some rumors about who it may be, and if it may be another division team, but we don't know.
Oh,
so
I saw that same mention earlier. So it could be against a division team, just not for the record for the division.
Yeah, it would just be a friendly.
it would be friendly.
So we don't know. We just know we'll be there. And then, of course, since it's TBA, it may get moved around. That happened a little bit last season. So that may not be set in stone. We don't know. We'll see. But it doesn't matter, because you turn around, and a few days later on May 31st, another Saturday game at Rip Hughes.
Let's go.
Playing Southern Soccer Academy.
Burn the swarm.
And we got to burn the swarm. Going SWAT.
Smoke them out.
Not that kind of smoke. Dragon smoke.
But yeah, we're playing Southern Soccer Academy on May 31st at Rip Hughes. That's going to be a good match. We're definitely going to probably need a tune-up after that. So we're going to be taking a week break. And we're going to be going to Southern Soccer Academy on June 7th at Marathon Park. We're going to be playing them. I really think that that's a match that we need to keep an eye on, because that's literally just playing one team and then having a week off to study and then going back and playing them again.
Yeah.
I think that'll really tell us where we're at with our team. And then after that, 3 days later on a Tuesday at Rip Hughes, we're playing Atletico Orlando.
Yes.
Who is our farm team, our quote-unquote farm team.
Yeah, we signed that agreement with them during the off season.
So we can take it easy on them, because I did not last year. All I remember is, if y'all remember that game, I think someone got sent off or something, or subbed off, and all I remember was yelling in Spanish, "Go back to Mickey Mouse."
Isn't that also the one?
But the guy laughed. It was a good ending. He laughed about it.
Yeah, he was cool.
Isn't that also the one where the coach took the picture with you in your lucha mask?
Yes, I believe so. Yes, I
Yeah.
believe so. That was awesome. I was running down the entire stadium in the bleachers, getting everybody hyped up, and the coach actually stopped me and took a ussy.
An ussy?
Yeah.
Oh, like
If it's
not
more
a
than
selfie,
one person,
it's an ussy.
ussy.
But he's our friend now, so we got to be nice.
Yeah, we like Athletic Orlando. They're a good organization.
Yep.
We had a good time playing them last year. We'll have a good time playing them this year.
Yep. And then we turn around 4 days later. We host Birmingham.
Ooh.
Go to church.
That's going to be a good one.
Dragonfire can melt that steel.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Circle that one because that's like right in the smack dab, almost middle of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know.
Let's just pray.
I mean, hopefully, you know, at that point, you know, it won't even matter. But
yeah.
We'll just be so far ahead.
we'll just be so far ahead, be like, you know, just chilling.
Let's just pray we don't get a day of storms again for that game. Because
Yes.
I want to play them with their traveling crowd where we don't have the big delay and really have good atmosphere.
Yeah, they need to experience it because they didn't get to really experience it. I mean, it was just us in the bottom and maybe, 100 fans, if that. I mean, it was still awesome, but yeah.
It was still better than half of USL 2 crowds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good match, good rivalry. And again, I just love Go to Church. You know, I think that's such a good rivalry.
Yes.
And so we're going to be hosting them on June 14th at Rip Hughes. That is going to be definitely one you want to attend. You want to attend all the matches. Let's be real.
Season tickets. Way to go.
That's the way to go.
Get season tickets. You can get them discounted through the Inferno.
Give them to a friend. If you're missing a game, give them to someone else. Like, you can even, I think this year, then they mentioned you can even use your tickets if you don't go on certain packages for other games. So
yeah, even the general admission package this year, they have the never miss a game added to that package. So you know, you've got tickets to give away. You've got if something happens, you get the never miss a match thing there. So and really good prices on those ticket packages too.
Yeah, mostly we just want butts in seats.
Yep.
Well, we don't want them in seats.
No.
We want them standing up yelling and all that, but you know what we mean.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want a single butt touching that seat for 90 minutes. I want you up and loud just like me. You will not see me sitting down, period.
But what about the elderly?
Get your walker.
Find a friend.
I'll
They will
come
help
hold
you
your
up.
hand.
I forgot where I was at. Birmingham, yes.
Yes, Legion 14th. of
So the 14th, we're hosting Legion. Another quick turnaround. God bless our stadium crew. God bless them because they're going to have to turn around and in 4 days get it ready again for us to host Tennessee SC. And Tennessee is another good team. We only play them once this year.
Yeah,
we're hosting.
I'm a little sad about that because isn't that one of the only teams we actually beat twice? I think we did.
Yeah, we had some
check.
good games.
I think we beat them
last
twice.
year.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, we did beat them twice.
Yeah, so man,
We beat them 4-1 and then 2-1. But they were also
but they got
second in the
good. They got
division.
good later in the year, and they're one of the ones that kind of kept us out because they kept winning. So
They were the one that-
kudos to them.
They were the one that we had our eyes on at the end of the season whenever we were making that playoff push. But yeah, we're hosting them on June 18th on a Wednesday. Again, you don't want to miss it. And then again, God help our team because they're having to turn around 3 days later and travel to Asheville. And they're playing Asheville at their house on a Saturday.
And we only play Asheville once.
Yeah,
We only play Asheville once.
That's definitely one of the ones I'm sad about.
Yeah.
I wish we could have had them home.
Yes.
Yeah, Asheville, we had a decent series with. We had a decent rivalry with them. They were just a really good team. We were a very aggressive team, and we were trying to make ourselves known as team to beat in the division. But yeah, they're a really good team. We have to turn around on 3 days' notice. We're going to be playing 3 games in 1 week.
Yeah, and I think that's the toughest road stretch, that back-to-back right there. I mean, obviously you got Montgomery and Birmingham up top, but Asheville and I'm not going to say them, the A.
Apotheos.
Yeah, Apotheos. Those are probably the furthest away. So
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough stretch right there. You've got Legion at home, Tennessee at home, and then away to Asheville and away at Apotheos. I mean, that's a pretty tough little stretch of 4 games right there.
Not only that, if you look back a little bit further, starting off with the SSA game on June 7th, You turn around and have a game 3 days later. Then you have a game 4 days later. Then you have a game 4 days later. And then you have Asheville 3 days later.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have another game 4 days later.
Yep.
And then you have another game
3
4
days
days later. Or you have 3 days later. And then you have another one 3 days later.
Yep.
And then another one 4
Yep.
days later. And then
This-
3 days.
It's tough.
This
It's
schedule
tough.
is not for the weak.
No, this is a gauntlet. This is a really tough schedule. We have faith in our guys, and again, we know the type of team that Coach Carl and the crew are building. It's
sure.
going to be a good team.
For sure. And I think we're going to learn a lot from, last year. I don't see us making all the same mistakes, last year. If you remember last year, a lot of games we were already down because of just penalties and cards. I mean, how many red cards? I mean, how many double? I mean,
Red cards were a
yeah.
killer
So
for us.
a lot of these games we didn't even have a shot because of how far we were behind. So I don't see that being an issue. I think coach is gonna, make sure that they understand what's at stake, and that they stay cool headed, but still have that grit and that fire to just show up on the pitch and just make it happen.
Yeah. And then apparently his recruitment presentation has been killer.
That's what I heard
That's
too.
what I heard.
Yeah.
I would love, Coach Carl, I would love to see your recruitment presentation if you ever get a chance to show us.
Yeah, just drop it in our Google Drive. I'm not going to lie. I saw a few pictures of where he went to the Rotary Club, and I zoomed in as much as I could because he had the presentation there. And I was looking at it, and I was like, what's he got going on there? I want to see.
Coach is cooking.
Yeah. But, yeah, we got Asheville. Then we turn around 4 days later. We go to Apotheos, and we play them at Silverbacks Park. That's an away match I really wish I could make
Yeah.
because I want to go to that stadium. But it's on a Wednesday,
Yeah.
and so can't really do that and go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But we can turn back around 3 days later and host Columbus. That's on my birthday. I'm really excited about that one.
Oh man, that's like
Yeah.
We got to have
that
birthday
means.
dubs.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
that means we're getting a dub. That's what that means.
Yeah. And we're going to have visitors from Columbus come down and join us.
Yep.
They're going to be at our tailgate from what they've told us. And I don't know where they're going to be in the stands. They'll be somewhere. Hopefully not right by our supporters section because we may yell at them a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then give them fist bumps after the match.
That's it, man. Yeah. What is said and done between those whistles, we're not responsible for. We will love you before, we will love you after.
That's actually written in our bylaws, I think.
But what happens between those whistles, we apologize for in advance. It's just passion.
Speaking of passion, next up we get Patrick's favorite club. We go on July 1st, and we travel to East Atlanta.
I got 3 words right now for East Atlanta.
We're family friendly. Remember that.
Bless your heart.
Oh, that was great.
Oh,
That's
there
great.
you go. There you go.
Great. That's great.
Um,
East Atlanta. Hey, you think they're gonna have fireworks for us?
they have to, because they love
Because
fireworks.
they
so much.
they definitely enjoyed ours.
Oh, they did.
So
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna stick in our craws for a while.
yeah.
Yes, it will.
And then we turn around. That's our last away match of the season. Then we host Athens FC on July 5th at Rip Hughes. Athens, they're a good team. Left a little bit to be desired last year, but I think they're going to come in hungry.
Athens gets to enjoy our 4th of July fireworks spectacular this year.
They do.
Yeah, they do. They do.
What is it with these Georgia teams and enjoying our fireworks?
I know.
But then we get to turn around again and have fireworks again whenever we beat East Atlanta on July 8th.
We're
at
gonna
Rip
whoop
Hughes.
East Atlanta. Whoop 'em.
We're gonna beat their tails. We need to go talk to Coach Carl. Coach Carl, if you're listening to this, I just want you to know how much we don't like East Atlanta and how much that is the one that we need to
Absolutely.
circle. We need to beat the tar out of them.
And for
on
those of
this.
you that are joining us, East Atlanta is the team that came in and, they celebrated with our fireworks. They were talking to our fans, not too friendly. And it just stuck with me. And I think it stuck with a lot of you. So all in friendly competition. But yeah, I want to beat them so bad.
That match at Rip Hughes against them last year, that was full of passion is one way to put it, because we were passionate I guess it threw them off to have such a big crowd yelling at them.
It did. And even their backup goalkeeper that acted like he was the starter. Do y'all remember that?
So, it led to a little tempers rising in the stands, on the pitch. It led to a little shoving between the players. It led to a little yelling between maybe a certain luchador and some of the players. And then they enjoyed our fireworks a little too much. So
yeah. And look, to be honest with you guys, like, I don't want to just get into mudslinging, but this is a Bush League team. They play at a small local soccer field. They don't even have ball boys or ball girls.
Nope.
That was
our players had to get their own balls.
Yeah, that was the point of contention when we went to their place last year. They had like 50 fans there, if that. And then they come into our house and they're yelling at us and screaming at us. And then they're being pompous. So East Atlanta, we have a lot of disdain for. I'm sure the people who run the organization are probably nice people.
They're probably great.
They're probably great. But we can't stand their team.
And the group of players this year may be a great group of players. And I'm sorry if last year's team has tarnished that for you, but that's the way it's going to be for right now.
Yeah, until we see otherwise. Because, again, there's so much turnover in USL League 2 that, like, you get a whole new group of guys every year. And so all we see is that crest on your chest, and we don't really, we see the players, but, like, that bitterness sticks a little bit when we see that EAFC.
No, it does. It definitely does.
But after that, we have one more match. It's a home match, July 12th, against, again, TBA. I don't know who TBA is. I'm just kidding. We don't know who we're going to be playing. It's to be announced. They're still working on getting some matchups scheduled. I know Steve and Eric and Carl and all of them have been working really, really hard. And, I think this is a really good schedule. I think that they did a really good job getting those key home matchups and those key away matchups. Mm-hmm. And I think we have a fun season ahead of us.
I can't wait.
We're going to have a ton of fun. And while you just mentioned that with them putting in that hard work, let's just take a minute just to recognize the front office for Dothan United and how much work they've really put into this during the off season. Last year was so rushed, and it came out as well as it did, and they've really, really put their foot on the gas this year and worked all off season to get everything as good as they could. Mm-hmm. And we are going to be in for I don't want to say championship season, but don't be surprised to see a trophy coming home.
I wouldn't be surprised either. There's some other teams in the division who have been jawing a little bit about their championships and what they've been able to accomplish. They got to realize it's a different monster. I think that we're better prepared this season. I think we're going to have really good players. I think we're going to have a really good strategy. And I believe in the team. I believe that we can go the distance.
Coach Carl has been hitting the recruiting trail hard, and he's going to bring the best that he possibly can.
Speaking of recruiting, we have a couple guys that we've got confirmed as returning players. We'll just go over those real quick. We got Yago. He's coming back.
Number one in your programs, number one in your hearts.
Hey, watch out. You're going to take Rick's job.
No, thank you.
But speaking of which, we need to get him on sometime soon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been talking to him. Yeah. Shout out, Rick. Vamos, Dragones.
Vamos, Dragones.
Rick, we love you, man. You're the best.
But we got Yago coming back. I know the fans are going to be very happy about that one. Yep. And they're going to be happy about the next two. We have Ty Powell, the hometown kid, coming back. And then we have El Rojo is coming back. And we have Diego Samor coming back.
Two homegrowns.
Diego is my boy. He's an Enterprise kid. And so he's my guy. But we got those guys confirmed coming back. We're going to be getting some more over the next few weeks, next few months. We don't want to give away all of our secrets right away.
We don't. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble for saying something that's not been released. But, I mean, we can go ahead and welcome back Alec right?
Yeah.
I mean,
like, look, guys, to the front office, we're going to look really foolish if we're wrong about this, but we're pretty confident Alex coming back.
Can I just say he looked really good at the open tryouts on
He did.
Saturday?
He did.
He was the best one out there.
Man, he's just such a good dude, man. Every time you meet him, he thanks you. He's just stand-up guy.
He was raised right, without a doubt. He has absolutely top-shelf manners.
He does. And he could honestly be MVP for Dothan United this season.
He very well could.
But we're pretty confident that Alec is coming back. We have some other guys who we're kind of thinking about coming back. We've grabbed a list of guys off of just who showed up in social media stuff, but we don't know anything.
Yeah, we don't know if that's certain people messing with us because they know how much we look into every little detail.
Yeah, you know who you are. I sent you a message today. But no, our social media team has also been doing a great job.
Number one order at McDonald's. We're talking to you.
Yeah, the number one. But another guy who I think we can pretty confidently say is coming back is Reese Harrison.
God, hope.
We hope. We don't know that. We don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just know that whenever he left last season, he said that he was coming back to be 2-time MVP.
Yep.
So we'll see. Reese, if you're listening, just shoot us a DM and tell us if you're coming back or not.
Come on, Beans. We need you, mate.
But, yeah, looking at the schedule, what stands out to y'all?
I mean, I think the first, obviously, right up top, we're playing the new teams pretty quickly in the schedule. You got Montgomery, then you got Birmingham, Montgomery, Columbus. I mean, so right off the bat, I mean, we get to show who we are. They're gonna try to show who they are. So I'm excited about that. And then that last stretch, where we play the Georgia teams, Columbus, East Atlanta. Actually, no, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Georgia teams in a row.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that earlier.
That's what happens when half our division is in Georgia.
Yeah, true. Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I think we're gonna turn around the old song, ain't no play in GA. They gonna find out ain't no play in AL. That's how that's gonna go down. I mean, I agree that first kickoff of the season with Montgomery, then Legion, Montgomery, and Columbus. We know how we were when we came into this league last year. We wanted to make an impression. We wanted to show everybody who we were. Montgomery and Columbus are going to do the exact same thing. So we cannot be overlooking those matches whatsoever. I mean, it's easy for us to sit here behind this microphone and say it's an easy L for them, that we're just going to snatch that dub, but they're going to bring it.
Yeah,
for sure.
We have to be ready. And then the other thing is just that huge congestion of a stretch leading into the end of the season. That's going to be really the area to watch to see how our boys can hold up through that stretch. I know Coach is going to have them ready mentally, physically, but they've really got to show up right there.
Yeah, and their conditioning has to be top notch.
Yeah.
I really think another thing that's probably not lost on anybody is, like y'all said, having those teams at the beginning of the season, like Montgomery, Birmingham, Columbus. Montgomery and Columbus are going to come in and they're going to have to figure out who they are, how they play in this league. And I hate to say it, but tactics-wise, you can almost kind of think you can catch them off guard a little bit. Like, they may be playing, trying to figure out, how they mesh well together. Because I know we had a lot of growing pains whenever we started.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
And so I think that's a good place to take some wins away. And I think it would also prepare us for the upcoming gauntlet that we have past that. But we can't sleep on these teams. Like, they were good, but the key word is were.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're going to be this upcoming season. And so I think that'll be very interesting. But again, I may just be going off of last season, but I'm really looking at that Asheville match. That's going to be a real watershed moment for the team, because we're going into their house on short rest, and we're going to be playing them, and they're a good team. And then we got a long stretch after that. But, yeah, there's a lot to look forward to at this season. Again, I'm really disappointed that we're only playing Asheville and Tennessee once. But at the same time, it makes the most sense whenever it comes to travel, because I really think that Asheville and Tennessee are probably going to be moving to another division soon just for travel. But I don't know. I think that we have a really good team, especially considering, like, we talked about Diego and Ty and Yago and Alec. Those are just the guys we know about.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're saving the best for last.
For sure.
No, yeah.
I mean, it was funny when, we're talking to Coach at the tryouts, and I mean, you could see the excitement on his face about some of the players, Steve's excitement. And I mean, I was just like, oh, tell us. So, but I'm excited to find out who we're getting.
Yeah. And the tryouts, they were really special. I was talking to somebody the other night, and I was talking about the experience at tryouts. All three of us were there. It was the Inferno, and we were hanging out with Rick, the PA announcer. We were hanging out with Craig and Jamie, two freelance photographers who provide us with pretty much all of our photos, by the way. Shout out to Craig and Jamie.
Big shout.
But they were just two freelance photographers that came out because they love soccer and they wanted to take photos. And then we had members of ownership. We had Steve and Eric.
And Mike was there.
Yep. And then we had Aaron McCrate there. And then we had all the coaches. Mm-hmm. And everybody was just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, it just felt so good to be back in there.
Yeah.
For something Dothan United related to be back in Rip Hughes, it felt like home.
You could feel like the excitement in everybody's emotions. I
don't want to bring the mood down a whole lot, but I have to throw this in there. I'd be remiss if I didn't. The one face, of course, that was missing that was there from last year, Stephen Durham.
Yeah, Stephen.
Sadly passed away last year during the season, and we honestly probably wouldn't have this team here without him. So we want to remember him as much as we can.
For sure.
Yeah. But just kind of having that unique group of people, just spending time with each other, excited for the season, just giddy about the team. And again, it was tryouts.
Yeah.
We had local guys come and try out for the team. It wasn't like it was the first practice of the season. It wasn't like there was a match coming up.
I'm about to fire a shot.
You gonna fire a shot?
We had as big a crowd show up for our local open tryouts as EAFC had for their league games last year.
That is true.
Look, you can't argue with facts. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Look, I'm not a big trash talker, but that's just factually true.
It just is, yeah. Like if it burns, I mean, hey,
I got some aloe vera for you. You'll be all right.
Gosh, I can't wait for the season, y'all.
I can't either.
Oh man.
And I really hope that we have open practice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot to look forward to this season, and you do too. But I think that about does it for us. We want to know what questions and comments do you guys have? We can sit here and talk about Dothan United and the Circle City Inferno all day long, but we want to know, what do you guys want to hear? What questions do you have? Just drop it in the comments below, and I promise we'll read them. We're planning on getting some guests on here to talk about the upcoming season. We'll have some more announcements once players are announced. And we'll keep y'all up to date on what we're doing, but stay tuned because we got some good stuff planned. You should be hearing from us fairly soon. Soon.
Coach Carl, you brought it up when I saw you at the open trials. We haven't had you on yet. Well, your number's coming up, bud. Yeah. We got to get you on here.
Heck yeah.
We got a list of guests that we want to bring on the podcast, and Coach Carl's at the top of that list. So, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to Into the Inferno, Season 1, Episode 2. we're very thankful to have you guys give us all the feedback about the podcast. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback, and we enjoy doing it. We just sit around and talk soccer most of the time, and so we figured everybody would probably like to listen to it. And so we try to do what we can. But again, just let us know what you want to hear us talk about, what questions you have, and feel free to shoot us a DM anytime if you have any questions. And if you're interested in membership, check out our website, group.chant.fan/Circle City Inferno. It's on our social media. We have our membership packages available now. There are various benefits associated with it. You can find all that on social media as well. But yeah, thank you for tuning in.
And remember, Vamos Dragones!